right, Shalom. I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and safety to the elect that's pushing this truth all over the four corners of the earth. Okay, Shalom. Okay, this is Judges chapter 16. I'm going to start with verse 25. And it says, and it came to pass when their hearts were actually, I'm going to start up verse 24. This was when Samson had been captured, okay? When he lost his strength, due to the woman, okay? Which always through the spirit, that the Lord used her, okay? But this is verse 24. It says, and when the people saw him, they praised their God, okay? For they said, our God had delivered into our hands our enemy and the destroyer of our country, which slew many of us. Okay. So here it is, these heathens, they was, worshiping and sacrificing and praising their God, because, they don't worship Yahweh Bashem Shai, which is our true power. Okay. So they were praising their gods or whatever because they had captured Samson. And Samson was a mighty man. Samson, he was going through, like he said, he was going through and slew many of us. So that's what he was doing. He was just going through, knocking their ass off, okay? And he would do it, by the hundreds and the thousands at a time, So, so they all happy that they done captured Samson, okay? And how did Samson lose his power? Through the woman. Through the woman. Okay, through the woman. Just to get that out there, make that clear. Okay, verse 25, it says, and it came to pass when their heart were merry that they said, call for Samson. So after they've been drinking, they feeling good, they said, well, now call for Samson, that he may make us sport. Why did they want Samson? They wanted for him to make them sport. And they called for Samson out of the prison house, and he made them sport, and they set him between the pillars. See, so they made him sport, right? Well, how do their word sport? When you go into it, it says to laugh, to mock, play, to sport, make sport, play, toy with, make a toy of. So that's what that word sport is. So they wanted to use Samson for their entertainment. Okay? So they want to bring him out in front of everybody. Okay? It was a packed house. They wanted to bring Samson out in front of everybody. Okay, so for entertainment. And and that they show you that in the Gladiators, the movie Gladiators, the series Spartacus on Netflix. They show you that those were us in those arenas that was entertaining them. We killing each other to entertain them. Okay, we're their slave, and there's no escaping that captivity. Okay, treated like animals and beasts. That was us. So here it is. They want to use Samson for their sport, for their entertainment. What you watch a sport game is to entertain you, right? Okay, and people cheering. Well, that's what they had set Samson up to do. Okay, they wanted him to come out to entertain them, so they could cheer, to his death. Okay, and they wanted to bring him out in the opening. He wouldn't be able to see, because his eyes had been put out, right? They had put his eyes out so he couldn't see. So imagine, your eyes out and you trying to move and you don't know where you at. You can't see nothing. And then they using that for entertainment, laughing. You may walk into a pillar, or you may walk into a brick wall or anything. You don't know. And then they laugh at it. They set something out in front of you for you to trip up and fall. Okay? So that's what they was, doing. They setting them up for a sport, for their entertainment. And Samson said unto the lad that held that held him by the hand, suffer me that I may feel the pillars whereupon the house standeth, that I may lean upon them. So here it is, Samson. They got his eyes out, and they leading him to the place, to the where they wanted to use him for entertainment. Remember, it's a packed house, so I'm just use the word the arena. They leading him to the arena, okay? And he told the lad that was leading him there, he said, just lean me up against the pillar that building or this arena standing up on, because that's what a house standing up on, the pillar, the foundation, okay? That's why your foundation have to be strong, and to do what? Hold up that house. So this is that pillar, okay? The pillar that he wanted to know, the pillar that lean me on that pillar that hold up the house, okay? And it says, and he made them sport, verse 26, and it says, and Samson said unto the lad that held him by the hand, suffer me that I may feel the pillar whereupon the house standeth, that I may lean upon them. Now the house was full of men, see, and women. The house was full. It was a packed house. Remember, they came to do what? To celebrate Samson's capture and putting him to death. And all the lords of the Philistines, see, the Philistines, were there and there. So all the higher ups was there. You had the regular men and women, and you had the higher ups. Everybody was there. This was a major event for them. Remember, Samson caused them. Hey, Samson was putting it on them. He was killing left and right now. So they brought the big boys out to celebrate. Okay, it all was through the Spirit of the Lord. The Lord will set you up, man. He setting Esau up. He finessing Esau. So, but going on, it says, now the house was full of men and women, and all the lords of the Philistines were there, and there were upon the roof about 3,000 men and women. On the roof, it says, and there were upon the roof about 3,000 men and women, and beheld while Samson made sport. So here it is, 3,000 people. It was more than that. But 3,000 people on the roof. And it says, and Samson called unto the Lord. What did Samson do? He called on Yahweh Shemawashah. He called on the Lord. That's what Samson did. He called on the Lord. Okay. And it says, O Lord power, remember me. I pray thee, and strengthen me. I pray thee, only this once, O power, that I may be at once avenged of the Philistines for my 2 eyes. Okay, so that was his last prayer. This was Samson's last prayer right here. He prayed to the Lord that he would give him strength to have revenge on his enemies. Okay, that took for taking his eyes out. Okay, he prayed that the Lord would give him that strength. Let me have the spiritual power just one last time to take the so I can kill these or have revenge on these people that put my eyes out. And Samson took hold of the 2 middle pillars. He took hold of the 2 middle pillars, not 1 but 2, upon which the house stood. These was the main 2 pillars that the house stand on. Okay, the main 2. Those are the 2 that Samson held upon, and it says, which the house stood, and on which it was borne up, of the one which his right hand, and of the other with his left hand. Okay, see, got one hand on one and the other hand on the other. And Samson said, let me die with the Philistines. And he bowed himself with all his might. And the house fell upon the lords and upon all the people that were therein. So the dead which he slew at his death were more than they which he slew in his life. Okay. So Samson prayed to the Lord that he would give him his strength to make to pull them pillars, to break them pillars so that house would fall and kill everybody. Now he knew that he was gonna get killed too. But he said, you know what? I die with him as long as I take him out. And I'm taking him out for my people, for myself, my people, for Israel, okay? For the Lord, you see? So that's a great example for us, you know, in this truth, to keep pushing no matter what. Even when you're on your last dying breath or whatever, you still call on the Lord. And the Lord still can use you, okay, and cause deliverance to the elect. You see, everybody have to play their part. But when you in this truth, you go into the very end. You finish the course. You see, you finish the course. Samson finished his course. Okay, he ran his race, and he didn't turn away from it. Okay, you know, so that was the main point. You know, just wanted to show how Samson was a man of integrity. He was strong. Okay, now we all go off, but guess what? He still called on the Lord. He still prayed. He still called on Yahweh Shema Shai, and the Lord heard him. He heard his prayer. You see, he heard his prayer, and he's end up killing more men at the end, you know, when he was dying, than the men that he killed when he was alive. And remember, he would kill 1,000 at a time. You know, Samson was going through, you know, but he killed more people at the end when he was dying by taking down them pillars and making the house fall on all the people and killing them. Remember, they had their higher ups in there and everything now. So that was a big battle that Samson won right there when he was dying. Okay, you know, and then it just hit me, you know, back in the movie Gladiator. That's what happened. Okay, when the last gladiator, you know, the best fighter, he ended up killing them. They top fighter at the end. The hardest situation they ever put him in. He defeated it, and then he died. Okay, you know. But Samson, and that goes right there with that. That's why Esau, they know these stories. They get this stuff from the Bible. When they put it out, they get it out the Bible. Okay? And they know that we are a mighty people. And when the Lord is on our side, nothing can stop us. When Yahweh Shema Shai is on your side, hey, you are unstoppable. The elect of Israel is unstoppable. You see? Even when we leave this one life span, we go to the next, we still winning. You see? Yahweh Shai, he's still winning. He gonna have the victory, and no one will be able to top that victory. It's already wrote out. Okay? When he come back and that little mini fight that Esau gonna try to give him, hey, the Lord is gonna have victory forever. Okay? You know, so that was all on that. You know, pray, hope brothers were edified. Okay, the story of Samson, man, great stories, great motivation, great encouraging. You know, so continue to push and fight through the spirit. Okay, the water. I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Shalom.